G'day everyone, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy. Thank you for joining me today. Just want to say hello. Hello Janice. Hi Cherry. Hi Nuria. Hi Helen. Okay, look, we've got a few things going on today. So what I thought I'd do is just let me, I'm going to do a bit of my coloured pencil work here on my project. But last week, we talked about making a coloured pencil paste, or a paste. I don't know how you say it, because this is not my invention or anything like that. I'm just sharing a fellow YouTuber's recipe and a whole heap of other stuff. If you're with Share Your Art with Xrissart, a few of us have been doing this experiment. Shall I say Silke, Janice and myself in particular, and more so I think Silke and Janice, who's been doing a whole heap of testing. But I thought I would show you because I did talk about it last week, so I've got lots of things to test with. Okay, and I will probably get into it probably in about maybe 15-20 minutes time. So, and we're going to test on different kinds of paper as well. So, and I thought it was fitting, seeing as I'm doing a coloured pencil piece, and there will be a lot of discussion on lots of things, in particular archival, how archival this is and stuff like that. So I'm just going to put this aside just for the moment. Hang on, better here, I think. Hang on a sec. All right, so let me see. Hazel, hello. Okay, into it. First of all, I just wanted to see how everyone's week has been. Mine's been exceptionally busy. Well, there's a lot to do for me because I've got a day job as well, and and I do quite a bit of art on my Patreon channel, which I'll probably talk about in a little bit, but I'm not going to concentrate on that too much as I'm going to be doing this. Okay, all right. Now, just to explain to you what this coloured pencil piece is all about. Of course, I do lots of pastel work, pastel pencils, pan pastels, soft pastels, and some of the mediums which I love. There are quite a few mediums which I really, really love, and that is watercolor. It is just a passion. I do love it, and I'm also getting to understand it and getting to know it, and so that's one thing that I do. But and of course coloured pencil, which I don't do much of, and so I thought, well, look, and I had been testing papers. And lots of papers from, what are they? Oh my gosh, from Canson Xl right through to like all kinds of paper. And I settled on Stonehenge. Stonehenge coloured, for coloured, and using coloured pencil. Now the Stonehenge paper that I'm using, for those who are just discovering, or just wondering what I'm doing, this is the Stonehenge, the sheets, not the pads. Okay, big difference, huge difference. The coloured pencil that I'm using is layering beautifully. I have no, I'm layering very nicely. So for me, I do recommend this paper. Now I'm trying not to use any solvent. I wanted to use coloured pencil solely. If I do use solvent, it might be somewhere in the background or something, but I'm going to try to avoid using the solvent. Now I know that, you know, you'll say to me, oh Chrissy, it's quicker, you know, if you do solvent and stuff like that. Yes, it is, but I want the pleasure of just using coloured pencil and just layering. Yeah, just doing that. So the coloured pencils that I'm using are sorry, that's my dog being naughty outside. She's getting into things that I think she's not supposed to be getting into. I'm using Derwent Lightfast coloured pencils. That's the sound, that's what I'm saying. I'm using Derwent Lightfast. I'm using Polychromos. I'm using, what else am I using? Luminance pencils. Let me see. Nan, hello, hello. Debbie, hello, how you going? Helen says, I'm into coloured pencil too at the moment, Chrissy. Must say, I love to work with them, but it's a slow medium. Yes, it is. It totally is. And I've gone into this project with my head in that space, knowing that this is going to take a long time. I've got other projects that I'm, you know, that are working much more quickly for me, and that's satisfying the impatience part of me. But, you know, this is helping me to be patient, go slow. I'm not going to rush. And the subject that I'm doing is a little bit on the, you know, the crazy side. You know, it's like a mad scientist, or a mad scientist in his laboratory doing all sorts of mad experiments, befitting of this this live stream as we've been experimenting. Ali, hello. I'm ready for you, I think. Hello, how are you? What is the difference in colour hue between Daniel Smith's Quinacridone Fuchsia and Quinacridone Rose? I will get back to you on this one. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to have a look at my swatches. So stay with that thought. Stay with that thought. Okay, Janice says, oh, Athena wants to be heard. Yes, yes, she does. Yeah, and it's interesting how you say that, Nanette, going through stages, you know, yes, going through stages with, you know, especially if you've got a few mediums that you like to, you know, like that you like to dabble with. Yeah, I mean, this kind of project is really nice. Is when you've got, say for example, I've got something, you know, the TV in the background, or you've got some background noise and you're listening to, you know, someone watching a movie and stuff like that, or some television show, and you're just you're listening to that, but you're sort of zoning out. And you know, the only reason why I say that is because I've done that. Lots of times I was doing a coloured pencil piece, this is many moons ago, where we were in the living, this is when I was, when I had my little art space underneath the stairs, like Harry Potter, living underneath the stairs, but I couldn't see the TV, but I could hear it, and it was in the living room, and my husband was watching a football match, and I wanted to just listen to the football match. I didn't want to see it. And I ended up colouring, you know, a piece, like it was about a piece. And I thought that was quite therapeutic, and I enjoyed it. And that piece, every time I look at that coloured pencil piece, I see that little bit, and it reminds me of the football match. The only reason why I say it, here in Australia, we've got sometimes we have, in rugby league, we've got state of origin, and the state of origin means that the states are are against each other playing. It happens every year, and it's in this case it's New South Wales versus Queensland, which is the state above. For those who don't know about Australia, I live in New South Wales, and Queensland is the state above me, above New South Wales, or where I live. And of course I'm a New South Wales supporter, and I didn't want to see the football game because I was going to get upset if we were losing, so it would have been better, and that's why I sort of stood back and just listened. Otherwise I would have got very excited, to say the least. Oh, I'm rambling. I know I'm rambling. G'day, Steve. Hello, my friend. How you going? Nice of you to be here. Abigail, hello, my dear. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Angela, g'day, Angie. Hello. I missed you there. Sorry, my dear. Okay. Oh, Nolani, I did that. Hello. Vivian, g'day. I'm all early today. Hope you're all well. We are all well today. Cherry says, I've spent so much on getting all the things for my new kitchen, so no buying at the moment. Old kitchen gets ripped out next week. Ooh. You know what? It's the emptying out. It's the unpacking is not so bad. No, sorry, the packing is not so bad. It's the unpacking is the worst. I think that's a job worse than ironing for me. Ironing is at the bottom of the, if I can get out of ironing, that's my worst job in the house, believe it or not. So, yes, so I'll wait a few more minutes, and then I'll start doing some testing. I'm ready. Now, before I go any further, I'm just trying to pull out my watercolor book for Ali. Hang on, is this the one? I bet you I got the wrong one. Oh, bugger, I got the wrong one. I got the wrong book. Ali, I would love for Daniel Smith to bring back the colour Quinacridone Maroon, PV5 in their oil paint, maybe their watercolours. Don't know why they discontinue. You know what I reckon they discontinue? I reckon it's because they can't get the pigments that they want. Are you saying you would rather pick up Athena's poop than iron a damn shirt? Oh dear. Well, I've got a little contraption to pick up Athena's poop, so I don't even touch it. So ironing is definitely worse. I can't stand ironing. Hi Chandri, how you going? Oh, look what I've got here. There you go. Look at this. There you go, Chandri. Helen says, our dishwasher was broken. I forgot how much I hate doing the dishes. Oh, yes. Yeah, well, you know what? If the washing machine goes and the dishwasher goes, I panic. Looks like I've added more to my list of jobs around the house that I hate, chores. Steve says, Chrissy, one of the things I still struggle with is trying to determine what colour to use for undercoating. What is your best advice? Or how do you decide what is your first layer of colour? Very good question, and I will answer that because this is something which is happening here. Jelena, hello, what's happening? Oh, Chrissy, how the heck? Yes, I've chopped it. All right, your question, the answer to your question, how do I figure out the underpainting? Now, I should put this crazy scientist up here and I'll show you something what I mean, or this mad scientist, whatever you want to call him. Okay, see? Oh, you can't see the beard. Oh, the moustache is good enough. Say when I'm looking at something, say his moustache, because in the beard area, because he's got a bearded area here. What I do is, just in this case here, I've worked out, well, of course, there are skin tones underneath, and I've picked out a handful of colours which are going to make up this fellow's skin tone. Now, it's not necessarily a flesh colour, although I have been using flesh. But in this situation, I'm going to use fleshy colours which are going to be highlights through. And what I'm going to do, as I see whiskers, what I'm trying to explain it how I see it in my head. I do get a visual. I block out what the actual image is, and I just hone in on the color, hone in on the hue, rather than see the face. Because when I'm looking at this face in particular, there's a lot going on and you can get intimidated. So for me, I would use the flesh color, but not so much, because he's got grey. I would probably use soft greys, and then I just keep on building. One of the things I still struggle with is trying to determine what color to use for undercoating. What is your best advice? How do you decide what is your first layer of color? My first layer of what I do is I block out, I block out what it actually is, and I just hone in on the area. And like I said, in this case, there are lots of colors in this. It's not just one kind of color. There are soft grays, there are like dirty salmon or salmon pinks coming through in this, and I will just build. Not quite sure if I explained that. I know what it's like in my head. I'm not quite sure if it's coming out the same way though. Okay. Jelena says, I've had my hair cut off too. It was very long down to your bottom, really that long. Now it's shoulder length. I bet you it's easier to take care of. Okay, you got fed up, and every time you'd sit down, I had to scoop it in front, so I wouldn't sit on it. Yes, I've had hair down to my bottom, and I do know what that feels like. Yeah. All right. So let me see. Okay. All right. I'm going to put this aside now just for a minute. So and I totally recommend this paper. This is gorgeous paper. This is gorgeous paper. Abigail, I think it would also be a problem in the restroom if it's too long. Yes. You'd have to flick it over. Talking of art supplies, the month of May, I still haven't bought any art supplies. Oh my gosh, you are doing well, Jelena. Not by the time I'm finished with you today, though, if you're into experimenting. All right. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put these aside, and I'll show you something now. I'll bring all of these things out. Just one moment, I'll just do this. let me just put this aside just for a moment. Let's just put that there. All right, so I'll explain what's happened. Now, last week, oh, hang on, let me just turn this guy off. Last week, I talked about some ingredients. We talked about, it was Silke and I know Janice have been doing this experiment, so please stop me or correct me if I'm doing something wrong. They've been at it a little bit more than what I have, particularly Janice. So the ingredients that I used, and I sacrificed Sennelier oil pastel. Okay, the ingredients that I used. Now the description, sorry, the link to the lady who, and it was shared on Share Your Art with Xrissart. For all of those who are not members, what happens with Share Your Art with Xrissart is a Facebook group where we continue the conversation from the live stream, and we share things. Okay. So the ingredients is paraffin oil. Some people would associate that also with baby oil, but anyway, I'm not quite sure. And we can talk about, is it archival, is it not archival? I'm not going to say that it is, and I'm not going to say that it isn't, because I don't know enough about it, but just experimenting. Okay, so paraffin oil I've got here, which I actually bought that from the hardware. Refined linseed oil. Now that's got to be archival for sure. We've got here beeswax, and this is by Art Spectrum. Okay, so, and it's all, they're petals, they're pellets. Thank you, Janice. I got an order from Jackson's containing new pastels just as I'm entering a watercolour phase. Oh, there you go. I fear I am a pastel hoarder. Welcome to the club. Ali says, Chrissy, have you tried the colour Yin Min Blue PB86? It is middle ground blue. It is Lightfast. It was very expensive, though, because it was made a few years ago. Could be the pigment. I reckon it's always the pigment. I wouldn't say the binder in this case, because that's always my default answer, but okay. Cherry, you tried watercolour again. Not much better than my first. We're not giving up, okay? Do not give up. There you go. Thank you, Janice, and I've also put that link in the description here. All right, so these are the ingredients that I used, and I sacrificed the blue. Okay, that's the blue. I mean, I've got, this is a double, so anyway. But what you can do, there's lots of oil pastels that you can use. Mungio is one which I think Silke and Janice, or Janice I know is ordering them, and I think Silke is using them. Thanks again, you have to go now. Okay, Ali, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Again, Nuria, I'm a pastel hoarder too. Oh yes. Welcome to the club again. All right, so what I had to do, and this is, I'll just explain what I had to do. What I did is I got the pastel and I chopped it up with the blade like that. Now, I was told, Janice told me, said that, Chrissy, you didn't have to chop it up so much, you know, because it does melt. But this was my first time, so I didn't know what it was going to be like. But Janice tells me that you don't have to chop it up that much. So what I did I chopped up the oil pastel, And you wouldn't believe it, it's an old Coke can, right? Soft drink. And I cut it, and of course cleaned it. And what I did is I put the oil pastel in. I put a teaspoon, in this case, because the oil pastel was a smaller pastel, I put a teaspoon of the paraffin oil, a teaspoon of the linseed oil, and a teaspoon of the beeswax. And what I did is I left it to soak and run. It was all a bit runny and stuff like that. But I left it overnight. The next, I think that the lady says to leave it for, I don't know how long she said, couple of hours. Anyway, but to leave it for a while, and then then to boil a pot of water on the stove, and you stick that in the water, and you only need to do it for maybe 60 seconds, a couple of minutes. And what you do is you mix it, and it becomes quite liquid. And what I did is then I poured it in, it's an old pan pastel spare container, but this lady has a whole heap of containers that you can buy, and you can make a whole set of these. You know, it's a big thing now. All right, so I'm going to put all of that aside, and so I just wanted to show you again what I used. So I'll just put that down, and what we're going to do is we're going to test it, okay? The oil. Ay, ay, ay. Ugh. All right, so cutting up a Coke can. You can stop right now. I'm too much of a diva for that nonsense. Oh, look. And it wasn't me that, I don't drink it. It's, you know, I drink something a little bit heavier than that. Okay, so I've got a few tools which I'm going to use, and I just wanted to show you some of the papers that I'll be testing. Hang on, here we go. A heat gun would work as well, Nanette. Oh, okay. If anyone makes this, please watch Colour My World's video. Yes, do not use Paul Rubens. They don't work well. See, thank you. See, Janice has been doing extensive testing. Yes. Silke says, Chrissy, I wonder if food grade mineral oil is different to the paraffin oil, archival wise. And now this is the question. I don't know whether it's archival or whether it's not. I have no idea. So I'm not going to say that it is, and I'm not going to say that it isn't, but I don't know. Now, you would say to me, Chrissy, what is the purpose? Why are you doing this? You could use solvent, you could use all sorts of things. Yes, you could. And I'm thinking, well, why not? Why not do this? It's an underlayer. Okay, sorry. Some of the papers I'm going to be using is, well, see if we have time to do it. Some of the tone paper by Fabriano, watercolor paper. I've got mixed media Strathmore to use. I've got the Mitant, and I've got black, white, and I know, Silke, you were interested in Pastel Mat because that's the only paper that you use, so I'm going to use it on Pastel Mat as well. What was I saying here? Cutting. Did I miss? I'm not sure if I... Jelena, you love oil pastels? Oh, yes. I love everything. Okay, all right. So, I'm using all kinds of papers, okay? So, Pastel Mat as well. Okay. Ooh. So let me just put these aside, and let's start on the Fabriano. This is toned paper. Now, I suppose what would be interesting is what kind of surface and how it lays down and stuff like that. But, you know, and it's all about the experimenting stage. Now, I've got all sorts of things in front of me here to use, and coloured pencils. What I've also got is I'm going to use various ways to apply it. Now, I haven't tried it with the soft tools. I'm told that it's not so good with that. What I have tried it with was just a cloth. Okay, and this is a microfiber cloth. Okay, that's what that is. And I've got some, believe it or not, toilet tissue. I mean, I've got paper towels as well, but the paper towel, it's a bit rough. Whereas I think the toilet paper roll is much softer. Okay, so I thought I would use that. Okay. So far, all of those papers, someone needs to step up and start enabling me. I thought that that's what we were doing. Okay, and we can also apply it with earbuds, or you call them cotton tips. There you go. So I've got those to apply with. So first of all, let me just apply this with a bit of cloth. Okay. And how it when you pour it in, you should allow it to dry. Give it. Now I allowed hours, like hours, for it to set, but you can use it. Janice, how long did you let yours set for? Chrissy, the XL sandpaper, it works great on that too. Oh, okay, Janice, thank you. So yeah, Janice is our major experimenting test person, our scientist. Okay, so now this is on toned paper, so so it's not going to come up very, you're not going to see it. And what happens, it dries. It is, see that? But it dries very quickly on the paper. Now this is, you can put it as thinly or as thickly as you want. But for example, like this would be really good, like this blue here. This is ultramarine, by the way, oil pastel by Sennelier. Great for skies. If you were, you know, as an underpainting for skies, maybe. Okay, so that's on toned paper, but you can't really see it all that well. We're going to do it on white paper. Is it really worth all that work? Okay. You lost me here. Oh, okay. Helen, you lost me? I lost you here? Looks like you're about to do some polishing. It does, doesn't it? 24 hours is a good time to let it sit. Thank you, Janice. Yep. Oh, I'm with you, Nanette. Wine bottles. What is it? I don't drink soda. Yeah. Isn't that funny how you guys call it soda? We call it soft drink. Okay. Is there a recipe using wine bottles? Okay. So I'm going to apply this with, say, just, can you see? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, you know, it is a small applicator. Maybe for small areas. I don't know. But the beauty is that it dries like straight away. So then if you are, I just need something hard. So if you're, then I'm just using Prismacolor here. Now this is a waxy pencil, appropriate too. Okay, so now this is Prismacolor, okay? So now let me use something like the Derwent Lightfast. There you go, and the Polychromos. Okay, now I'm just being very, very rough with it. So this is the toned paper, but I think we should try some of the other papers that I got. Okay, we can get Molson's down here. What is that? Okay, does it get oily on the paper? Well, no, that's the thing. No, it doesn't. Let's try on Pastel Mat. Okay, so I just want to write this down. This is the Fabriano clay. This is just, I mean, I should know these ones off by heart, shouldn't I? Okay, next one. Let's try the Pastel Mat. And I'll try a few ways to apply this. Okay, try on a white paper. It's not showing up. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to try the toilet tissue as well. Not your cup of tea? That's okay. We're just testing things, that's all we're doing. And because I don't know too much about this, I don't know what like I'm not using it on my coloured pencil piece because I don't know too much about this. But oh, everything's shaking. Okay. Just trying to get it to focus. There you go. So there's that. So then if you're using coloured pencil, dark indigo on here, for example. Okay, so there's that. Can't really see that too much, although there we go. The Polychromos. Polys are nice on here. I mean, you're going to go over it anyway, but you may not need as many layers with the coloured pencil. Okay, don't use the cloth to apply. Use something else, then wipe the excess off. Okay. It's blotchy, messy, and not accurate enough. If I need an underpainting, I would just use watercolour. Yeah, inks. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look. I just used my finger to apply it. Yeah, yes. Oh yes, that lady. She's got this New York. Yes, this yes, New York accent, almost the Bronx, isn't it? Is that, yeah? Okay, so all right, so don't use. Okay, what about if I used? You guys, let me see. You guys know there is also something similar as this from Faber-Castell in the name of gelatos. Oh, there you go. I haven't tried that. Well, let me try now with a Q-tip. I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. Now you said to apply and then rub off the excess. Yeah, okay. Not getting enough of that on there. Hang on, let me try the toilet tissue. What happens if you wipe over it with a baby wipe? Maybe. I don't have baby wipes on me though. Yeah, it's I'm struggling to try to apply it. You need a certain applicator, don't you? Oh, the tissue, the blasted thing is okay. All right, that's Pastelmat. But look at this. It's not coming off my finger. So it dries on almost immediately. You may have too much wax in yours. Ah, see? The archival thing is also in the back of my mind. Helen, it is in the back of my mind too. And that's why I said, if I spend hours on a drawing, I do not want it to turn yellow in a little. Absolutely, I totally agree with you. That's why I'm saying, I don't know if it's archival and I don't know if it's not. But I did use oil pastels, which is archival. I did use the linseed oil, which is archival. And the beeswax is. I'm not sure about the paraffin though, okay? So that is my you know, my thoughts. So I'm not far away from you, Helen. I do understand. Robin, hello, never fear. I am here after technical issues with the TV. Oh, g'day, Rob. Hello there, my dear. How you going? Nice of you to pop by. Okay, so this is Pastelmat. What else can I throw at this? Pastelmat is also very different when it comes to, I mean, this is wax. These are the Prismacolors. So there we go, on top of that. All it is, it's a base. That's all it is. It's not, you're not colouring with this. I mean, there are many ways to do a base, like you said. There could be watercolour, there could be inks, there could be, lots of things, you know. So, you know, but we're just playing, okay? We're just playing and discovering things. Yeah, so that's Pastelmat. Oh, I know what that is, but let's just write it down anyway. And does it erase? Oh, that's another thing. The answer is not very good, to be honest, because I did try it. I mean, well, I suppose it does, but you've got to be a little bit more persistent. It does eventually. There you go. Alright, so that's Pastel Mat there. Let's put that aside. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Okay, the white from Fabriano again. I like applying it with the cloth. I think that's, for me, that's what works the best, I think. There we go. And you can put as much or as little as you want. Okay. See? For some reason, it just doesn't, I don't know how it dries on there. I don't understand the chemistry about it, but so this is white. This is the Polychromos on. The Derwent Lightfast Dark Indigo. Chrissy, now let that dry for a bit and add more over it. Okay. I wonder if you could use, I wonder if it could be used with a stencil. You might get some interesting effects for backgrounds. There you go. I don't mind that. That's a good idea. Is Kathy here? Oh, Kathy, hello. Sorry, my dear, I didn't see you there. Welcome. Okay, all right, so, okay. Now let that dry for a bit. Okay, all right. Hang on, let me just do that. Oh, okay, well, it did. Let me just go over that bit then. And go over it again. It's beautiful, and how fast is it? Yeah, well, you know. I don't know if you were trying to, here we go. I've put more on. Now I'll let that dry, because you know how patient I am. Well, okay, this is white Fabriano. Just so I know, you've got no idea how many testings. Okay, so if we're okay, so, and I'll go over that. And this is just medium pressure. The polys. Just going over. Mind you, my pencils are not very sharp, so that might... it looks more grainy in the live stream than it does here. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Is this the new homemade oil pastel in a pan? No, well, yes, it is pastel, but it's more for coloured pencil as a base, but that's what it was. We'll have to, okay. You can also use it to blend. This might be the difference. Hang on, Chandri says, let me try, if I missed something. Okay, that's what the gel sticks are also used for, but they also are also water soluble. Yeah, so this is not water soluble. And that's the difference. That might, yeah. Okay, that might be the difference. These are meant to be an underpainting for coloured pencils. Yes, that's what this is for, you know, yeah. So that is white. So that is that paper. Let me see, what other paper can we use? Oh, here we go. The Mitont pastel paper, the Ingress paper. So let's have a go at that. Now which side? I'm going to, not the honeycomb side, but I'm doing the smooth side. So here we go. Chrissy, last question. I see artists who will paint a portrait and they start with blues, reds, browns, yellows, oranges and such for the undercoat. Why colours like those for a portrait? Very good question. When you look at someone's skin, okay, there are shadows, there are veins. I'm not saying that you can see a vein on the face, but the skin tone is not necessarily flesh coloured. Underneath the skin, we've got, you know, like I said, yeah, the veins, and it's good for the shadows, like for like the shadow under, say, for example, under the eyes, around the nose. If we did all flesh coloured, it would look flat. And by using all of those other colours, particularly I like to use for an in my portraits these days, I like to use, where we're talking, I just happen to have the pan colours, or the pan pastel colour, the turquoise shade. It's one of my favourites to use as shadow. Purple is also, or violets are good for that. It just makes the portrait look more 3D and not flat. And yeah, so, you know, like if you look at my face, it's not all the same colour, you know what I mean, like underneath here or around my nose, underneath my eyes, and it might be, you might even see, like probably closer around the eyes, you would probably tend to see the veins. Do you know what I mean? Things like that. Try zest it with, yeah, so this is why portrait artists use these kind of colours. Well, that's why I use them anyway. Had to step away for a bit, Nolani, but have you applied with soft tools? Yes, I have, and I'm going to try it again with the soft tools, Nolani. Okay. Robin says, try zest it. I've got that. So I'm going to try that. I like to use something like the fossil grey for underpainting in skin tones. Yes. And, well, that's what I've got here, you see. That's what I've been using. The fossil grey for my portrait that I'm doing here for the man's face. And the luminous sepia 10%. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, Jelena, thank you so much. You're going to bed now. I know it's really late for you. Okay. So there, I hope, Steve, I answered that for you. Okay, we're talking soft tools now. I'm going to use soft tools. Have I got... here we go. Let's do that. All right. Okay, I have got a soft tool here. Chrissy, I want to try the Verdaccio technique for a portrait. What is that? I've probably seen it, but I'm not sure. Sarah, hello. Portrait skin, red, blood, blue, veins, yes, yellow, flesh, yes, and the combination of those three makes the tonal range. I couldn't have explained it better myself. There you go, Steve. That is excellent. Yes. All right, so here we go. Yeah, you're not getting as much on the soft tool. Oh, hang on. If you persevere, you might. Actually, that's probably the best for me here. Oh, yes, much better. There you go. We found the best applicator. Okay. Okay, I got the book by an artist who does amazing work, and planning to do some of the exercises in it. Oh, you're going to have to explain it to me, Rob. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't know the name. Love the explanation. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yes, says Cherry. Yep. All right. Well. Maybe. Is this a product failure or operator error? Okay, your paste is way too hard. See, it's all in. It's like making a cake, isn't it? If you put too much butter, then your cake sinks, so I suppose it could be in my mixture. Oh yes, room for improving. Okay, so I'm off to bed. Have fun, everyone, and keep arting. Thank you so much for popping by, Helen. I know that you work shift work, so it was very nice of you to be here. Okay, Verdaccio is a green underpainting. Okay, all right. In portraiture, made popular in Italy during the Renaissance. Okay, now I know what you mean. Yes, there is an artist who does that. What's his name? It's I've seen it as well. I really nice on here. Okay, that was the Derwent. The Poly's nice on here, and it's all about there's the right mixture. You've got to have the right mixture, the right surface, the right level of ingredients. But it's working, it's... Yeah, so... Do you know what I mean? Like... That's what I'm saying, like, all the coloured pencil artists, please don't slam me for this, okay? Please don't slam me. Because I know about archival, but I think if you're going on top, what's the point? I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay, so this is the all right. Yeah, there he is. That's the person. Robin, gotcha. Yeah. Did you make it? I haven't done it yet. I know what you. Oh, we're talking about. Oh, okay. Good question. Good thing. Working better with soft tools, I think. Yes, Sarah. Yeah. Okay. Not Cherry. Sorry. Rob has just reminded me. For all of those who also talking about trading art cards while I'm doing this. Trading art cards. It's a continuing project. We have people who are we've got in our Share Your Art with Xrissart Facebook. There's a group of us that are sharing trading art cards, and we've already had people already sharing and trading. Sorry. Robin and I are trading as same as I think Angie as well. So for all of those who wanted to trade art cards, just put up your hand in that thread. And oh, hang on, I picked up the wrong one. Yeah, so we're trading art cards. Now I'm just going to see. Yeah, I don't know about that. Wrong surface to do that on. Okay, I don't think that bit is working there. I want to try it on the Pastel Mat. This is not the right tool. How about a brush? What's going on with this brush? Did it have other pigment on it? Maybe. Not sure. Maybe I don't have enough of this on here. Let me just do that for a moment. That would be a lot of, okay, going to bed here. It's it's late. So good night, everybody, and have a good weekend. And you too, Nuria, have a nice weekend. Talk to you again. That would be a lot of, hang on, what happened? Did I miss something up here? Let me just put more of this on here. Seems to apply much nicer with the soft tool. Okay, letting that dry a little bit. Let it dry, leave it. If you used red, blue and yellow, oh, hang on, Steve. Okay. Yes, I have seen artists use greens, and thank you for the, yeah, okay. Helps me to wrap my head around underpainting portraits, yes. And it's that portrait that that artist who does that, or that technique, it's just amazing to see the transformation from a green, like a solid green face, to a solid green face to, you know, skin tones. You know, the zest, it's not doing all that much. It's not doing all that much, in my opinion. Yeah. No. I mean, it's okay, but it's not doing anything. It could be the mixture that I've got as well. It could be lots of things. So that's Pastel Mat there for you. Okay. What else can we try? Yes. The Canson XL. All right, so here we go. This will be interesting. Oh, it's picking up all, and this is the buff colored one. It's picking up all the flecks. All those little dots are what's in the paper, not okay. Chris, let me see. Janice says, Chrissy, you're supposed to wipe off the excess after you apply it. Oh, okay. All right. Whoops. Oh, okay. This paper's quite I'm using the rough side. Let me use the smooth side of that paper. Oh, it's the same. I think it is. This is a bit smoother, this side. Okay. So is it worth the 6 cans of Bundaberg rum to make these? Kathy, you know what? I don't know. Oh dear. All right, so. Okay, oh, excess. Okay. So it does layer on top. Like these pencils, you know. This is very interesting paper. Yeah. It's mixed media paper, so it would take wet as well. So I do have water, but I don't think it would work because of the oil pastel and the wax. So I've got it here, but I know that it's not going to work. But look, I'll try it anyway, just so we know. Yeah, look, it's even beading. Look at that, it's even beading. Look, I knew. Oh, you can't see. Look, there's the droplets. I know. I knew. I know. Oil and water don't mix. Okay, so there's that paper. Canson XL mixed media. Okay, I'm going to try it on. Okay, I still want to give it a go. What recipe is the one you're using? Okay, there is a link. I've put the link, the YouTube link, in the description box in this live stream. There's also a link in Share Your Art with Xrissart, and also Janice has put the link in the chat in here as well. So, yeah. Let me try now the black. Not, I mean, if it was white, if it was a different color, it might come up. But anyway, yeah, it's not. You can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it. It's silly for me to try it. But if I had a white one of this, or a light yellow, or something, it might work. No, it's not even. You can't see it. Look, there it is. There it is. Just a bit of a shine. Forget that one. Okay. The mixed media tonal, it says tone blue. Really? Looks green to me, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, this color, you can't see it on colors like this, but anyway. Chrissy, did you have the cap on the tin, or did you leave it open? When it was drying, I left it open. Maybe the difference between yours and mine is the fact that you used paraffin oil and I used mineral oil. There's something. Steve says, Chrissy, what does mix well is in what does mix well is wine? A big glass of wine. What's that? What does mix well? Mix well is wine. A big glass of wine. Oh my gosh, I'm not getting the joke. A mega pint. Oh, okay. A mega pint. Yes. That would be in beer, wouldn't it? I must have missed things. Okay. You'd be an alcoholic, but maybe more fun. Bought the 120 cent of Mungio, but don't plan to melt those. Oh, gosh. Maybe we should buy a carton and get together to do the making. It'll end up a big party. I'm in for that. I'll be there for sure. I'll be there. Okay, so hang on. See, this is oil pastel, and I guess what you would be thinking is, would the oils that you use to mix damage the paper in due course? Very possible. These are the things that I'm thinking of. Would does the linseed oil help dry that paste mixture is another thing. There are so many variables. So yeah. But if anything, it's a whole heap of fun. Hang on. Definitely smells like wax. Well, you know what we're like when we're sniffing art supplies. I prefer the smell of cedar than, but okay, yeah, that's what the only thing I would be thinking of is that what would the mixture do in time? Okay, you have to scroll up and read the... Okay, what is it? The artist that does excellent Verdaccio is... That's the guy. Deb? Yep. His work is out... Oh, it is just beautiful. I have seen it. I know the guy you're talking about. He is a pastel artist, uses pastel pencils. Wow. Chrissy, let me simplify my remark. Drink wine as you're mixing your colours. Okay. Yes, I can do that. But you know what? Today, it's in the morning for me. But I'm sure it's 12 o'clock, or you know, after midday in another part of the world, and I could probably do that. But at the moment, yeah, not good. I don't think I'll be able to function for the rest of the day, but I like that. So this is the toned Strathmore mixed media. So there's that paper. Let me see, one more. Let me try one more. Have I got one more? I think that's it. So, you know, so you're going to ask me, is this something that you would try, Chrissy? Quite possible. I might, because I don't have enough because I don't know enough about it, I'm not quite sure whether I would use it for something that is, if I was to do it for a customer or a client, simply because I'm not sure of the properties and what they mix and all of that. But I mean, it's a lot of fun to try to do different things, and certainly something that I would probably do in my sketchbook. Okay, it's not fair. I'm too far away to join the party. It's all right. We'll figure out something, I'm sure. But we need the cans for the recipe. I guess you can get wine in cans though. Not now though. Well, there you go. See, look, 12:15. Sarah. 12:15. Okay, well, maybe I could. Okay. Well, anyway, so I thought, because we talked about this last week, and because last week I said that I would share this, and we can have a go and you can see what all this is about. I've got links everywhere to this lady's video, and again, you know, hopefully maybe you can give it a go and see if it can be useful for you. So for all of those, look, thank you all so much for... I think I might just leave the stream there. We've played enough, I think. But yeah, it's there for you to make your mind up what it is. Just, you know, a very good experiment. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I'm not sure. I posted the gel sticks results in the Share Your Art Thank You group. Go enable. I'll be in green face. There you go. Oh yeah, please share. Please, that fellow, please share some of his work in our. For those who don't know who that person is, maybe share a few links of that person's artwork. He's just amazing, this fellow. Yes, for sure. But look, anyway, thank you all so much for joining me this week. I hope you all have a nice weekend, and keep on arting, and I'll just keep on going, I suppose. I guess if we research archival grade recipe ingredients, yeah. Okay. All right then, my dear friends. Thank you all for joining me this week, and I'll see you all next week with more stuff going on. Okay. Bye.